everyone, this is Niket. I'm an appointment setter working with Growth Operator, who is my boss, and we have a client who is a fitness coach, 188,000 followers on Instagram, and I set appointments for him. So far, we have done over 6,718 outbound DMs. We have booked over 76 sales calls just purely through warm outbound and through inbound. I think in my that's just my guess, but we have booked around 15 calls so far, 15 to 20, something like that, and that is over a span of 1.5 months. So in this video I'm just going to share some of the lessons which I've learned, and if you're a guy or if you're an appointment setter who is setting for a male fitness coach specifically, then it's going to be really valuable to you, and hope you like the video, and let's just dive into it. So this is just going to be just more of a direct stuff, which is like you already know what you're doing, but some of the stuff maybe you might find valuable, something like might not. It's something which these are some mistakes which we did, which of course we did, then we learned, and then we stopped doing them, and then the results improved. So it's a little bit of tactical, but hopefully it's valuable for someone. First of all, want better response rate, just prioritize like this: prioritize from recent followers. So the people who followed you just now, like they followed you like an hour ago, just DM them first, then you go then prioritize recent comments, and at the last moment prioritize likes. So the reason I tell you to prioritize it like this is because the people who are following you, the people who recently followed you in the last 24 or 48 hours, they already they liked your stuff, and they remember who you are, and then they fucking followed you. So they are obviously going to be more warm than the other people who just liked you and then just forgot about who you were to begin with. That plus the people who are already following you, your DM just goes into their inbox directly. It doesn't go into the request send. So that is another plus. So for us, in the last week, our messages, our DMs were going into the link. Our DMs were going to the hidden request. So we were like, okay, fine, fuck, we need to book calls. So what do? We just only started sending DMs, very less DMs, to people who were really qualified and who also were following us. So we did that, and then we got a lot of responses out of it, and then we booked calls. So if you're someone who's struggling to book people or struggling to just get responses, just try to just go with this thing. Just on, first of all, for first 24 or 30 leads, just DM recent followers. Then just go ahead and in the notification, just go and see who are the recent comments. Then go ahead and just DM the recent comments. Then you can go ahead and then you can go ahead into the recent likes, and then you can see and DM from there. Yeah, the second one, which is very interesting. Okay, so we were struggling with finding better quality leads because most of our leads were kids. Yeah, kids. By kids I mean people who are in university, or not literally kids, but people who are in university who can't afford our services, or just kids who don't have the money to buy a thing, so they can't afford it. So what we actually started doing is, we noticed the people who were buying our thing or just hopping on call with us, and they were actually qualified. They were men who actually look like men. So what do men look like? They have beard, and for those men who don't have a beard, no, I'm not. Of course, there are men who don't have beards, but they have beards, and they have a little bit of wrinkles on the face. So what I started to do was, I would go to the profile, and previously what I would do is we would just brute force the DMs out. We were doing 200, 250 DMs per day, which was insane. I wouldn't recommend doing that, since we started for when we were doing 250, our lead quality was shit. Now we only do 75 to 150. Right now we are doing 75, since our account is kind of fucked up with hidden requests sent. So but the DMs that you're sending is really cool. The DMs that you're sending is really qualified. Like all of the people are really qualified. And the number one mark for people who are qualified is just like, do they have a beard, and do they have wrinkles? So if they have a beard, send, like any kind of beard. If they have a beard, like just a little bit of beard growing, sure, they are of age, they are of like 20, 22, 23, something like that. We can DM them. They will probably maybe have a job, maybe don't have a job or something like that. We can DM them. They probably are not kids. And the thing is, if you want to even like just go a bit forward, with just click on the profile and just see a bit, which is in the bio. A lot of the times it's written comma 2022 comma 2024, something like that, and you can just see, okay, this guy is still in uni and this guy is not in uni. So what I've noticed is the people who have just written comma 2024 or comma 24, which means they are going to graduate in 2024, which is the current year, they probably don't they most probably don't have the money to just fucking buy our course is our mentorship coaching program is like 4 figures, so they don't have the money to afford that. And even if they do, then they don't have the job to actually just, they are not independent enough in other ways. So anybody who is like not comma 2020 or comma 2021, we just completely ignored. Like, just nah, this guy's a kid, he probably doesn't even have a job, ignored. So in that way, again, we got we got more people who are qualified for our for in their financially qualified, and more people who are also problem qualified. And then we started booking more calls and actually started having conversations with people who we actually wanted to like who actually wanted to book calls with. So that was the second thing which we did. Third thing which I noticed, and it was insane. Okay, so this was one thing which my boss also told me. And one day I was just like, bro, we don't have any leads and this and that, and I just fucking randomly started scraping from a really old post, really old, like it's a month old, really 1 month old post. And I started scraping from it, and by scraping I just mean going to the likes and just scrolling and then sending messages to those people. And the thing was, that day we got like single digit responses, bro. Like it was insane. Maybe I might have sent 100 DMs and we got like 7-8 responses back. It was insane. It was like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are we not getting responses? It was like we are using the same opener and everything is fine, then why, right? And this is so hilarious because because there was this one guy, like this hasn't just happened once, this has happened a lot. But once this fucking guy who was following us, he literally is following us, and then we sent him the DM and he said, who are you? And I'm like, bro, you motherfucker, you follow us, like you don't even fucking remember. You can just go to the fucking my page and you can just, this guy, I remember it. So lesson of the story is, people just forget about it. Like people, like if the post has a bit, like if the post is a bit like a little bit of time has passed for the date of post and like actual date, people have forgotten about it. You cannot do anything about it. Just done. It's gone. The leads are gone. So what we try to do is when our post like really gets viral, so maybe gets like 10,000 likes or more, I just really get like into qualification, like okay, now we have a lot of fucking leads, a lot of big pool to just scrape from. I'm going to qualify really higher. But if we get like 400 likes, 500 likes, maybe 1,000 likes, I'm like, okay, fine. It's like the qualification is still there, which is the beard and everything. But again, it's like, okay, I need to get it done. Maybe I'm just going to fucking just see, okay, this guy done. So so maybe sometimes I would even message a bit of guys who I know they are in their 20s. But I would honestly prefer messaging people who are in their 30s or in their early 30s than in the mid 20s or something like that, because they have more chances of having money. So that is my That is my preference. But of course there, of course, like we find and we DM both of the people, which is 20s and 30s, etc. So that is the third tip, which is just that is the third tip which we started doing, which is we stopped scraping from posts older than 3 days. The fourth one, which is do you want more responses? Yes, we want that. So follow up from people you messaged yesterday. Easy, yeah. So this is so fucking simple, but I don't know if you guys are doing it or not. Just a reminder for you guys. If you send 100 DMs today, and then you fucking wake up tomorrow and you send 100 more DMs today, tomorrow, the thing is that maybe from 100 you did yesterday, you might have gotten like 30-ish responses. If you actually go ahead and follow up with every single one of them from yesterday, you will get at least 10 people who will respond. That is insane. Like, that is so much insane because a lot of the times when it feels like, okay, we are not booking calls, what do we do, blah, 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 we just fucking follow up. We just fucking like dial in with the followers, man, and we get we get a fuck ton of responses. And when we do get responses, more responses means more chances of the person being problem qualified, financially qualified, more chances of booking calls, and more chances of closing deals, making money. So just that, it's just a habit which I've developed, which is just I'm not going to sleep before I have at least follow up with all the people from yesterday and day before yesterday. Just that. I just and if you want to know what I follow up with them with, it's just normal, which is you there question mark, and for the you there, the Y is capital, and it does. I don't know. I don't think it matters or not, but the Y is capital because it feels like I'm writing from the phone. Because when you write from the phone, the first letter of the alphabet, the letter is it just becomes capital. So I just write that you there question mark. It gets responses. If you're doing something else, then sure, keep on doing that if it's giving you results. But this is what has been working for us. The fifth one, which is this one is really, I would say this one is really good, which is, do you want more calls booked? Yeah. So keep a track of all the conversations, which were qualified in a notebook. So I have this notebook right here, and what I would like to do is when I'm just having conversations, and sometimes people just randomly ghost you, and it's not even their mistake that they ghost you. They're just busy and they got some shit, maybe something is going on, blah blah blah, and a lot of the times I would just forget about it. Like, the guy said he's an accountant or some department manager, something like that. He's struggling with the problem that we solve, and I would expect that he would reply to me, and I just fucking wait for it, and while I'm waiting for it, I'm sending more outbounds, and then he never replies, and I even forgot to fucking follow up with him because I don't remember, because I have so many people to follow up with. So what I'll just do is for our appointment setting script, we just have this question of, just curious, by the way, what do you do for work? The reason we have that question, so I think that's literally the second question, or maybe the second question after the DM opener that we ask, which is just, what do you do for work? Just tell me, what do you, if you don't do if you are a college student, just tell me, because then I can't help you. So we just ask it directly, and after I don't know that he does something for work, then I will just write his username in this notebook, and then I can follow up with him in the night time, at after 5-6 hours, something like that. I can follow up with him, and we can have a chat, and then we will see if he's actually busy or he just wanted to ghost us. So that is these 5 tactics have been really helpful to us, and this is what we're doing actually, and maybe hopefully this tactical stuff helps someone out. If you have any questions about it, then sure, you can actually just comment below this video. There's one more tactic, you could say, that we use, but I'm just going to tell it. So a mentor of ours, my boss's mentor, he told us to just not use exclamation mark in our sentences, like anything in our whole appointment setting. Just don't use exclamation mark. So we have been not using exclamation marks. So maybe that's the thing that I've noticed. A lot of people just would write something like "meet you soon!" exclamation mark, or after the call is booked, and meet, they are like, "Wow, glad to meet you," something like that. Okay, question exclamation mark. And our mentor's logic was, "Why are you so excited?" Like he literally, "Why are you so excited? It's just like it's supposed to be a high quality DM. It's supposed to be you are someone who's looking to solve a problem, and you're trying to help them, and you're not fucking giggity and excited about it, just like, yeah, sure, let's hop on a call." And that was his logic, and we have been following that from the last month. We are just on that. So maybe this could be the result, like the results that we have. Maybe this could be the result of just not using exclamation mark, but I don't really know if it is that important. But I just kind of just try to avoid it a lot. My boss sometimes just use it randomly, but I tend to avoid it because of mentor said so. So this was just the knowledge which I've learned along the way and in the past few months. If you like this stuff, you can share it with another setter. If you have any other questions, you can go ahead in the comments and you can share it. You can actually just fucking send your questions to me on my Instagram. The Instagram link will be in the description. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.